Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Facebook Live, Ask Anthony, as I adjust myself and turn off the gadgets. I'm Anthony Peluso, CEO, founder of Wealth for Life and Australian real estate property expert. So today's episode is going to be about why all property investors, all successful property investors are yes people. So what do I mean by that? Well, think about it. What happens to opportunities when you say no? Right? They actually get snapped up by the yes people, the people that say yes. Okay? So it's a bit of a play on words because, as you know, anybody that says no more often than they say yes won't get very far. They won't be very successful, okay? So the thing I've realized with successful people and successful investors, if we keep it to real estate, is that they've already decided to say yes long before the opportunities show up. Okay, basically before anything shows up, okay? They've trained themselves, programmed themselves, conditioned themselves to say yes. So when the right opportunity shows up, they're ready to take advantage of it, okay? So they pull in and get opportunities presented to them that have got yes written all over them, right? I remember when I was buying property probably about 10 years ago, and I had a set of investment criteria that I would use for all my properties. And I put the word out to all my contacts, my developers, my agents, my sourcing people. I said, I want property that looks a certain way. I was buying at that point properties. I was only interested, my buying criteria was purely based on properties that were 20% below market value. And yes, back then, you actually could do that a lot more easier than you can in today's market. So, and I was able to find plenty of opportunities that looked like that because I already conditioned myself and trained myself to find them. I was able to receive them, look at them, do the numbers in 10 minutes, and I'd be able to make a yes decision, okay? I actually wanted to say yes because you don't go far if you don't say yes, okay? So say you want to build a $500,000 a year passive income portfolio, right? You need to map that out, right? You need to understand how to get involved, how to hold on, or how to preserve your position, hold your position, and then actually how to exit out of that, okay? So you need to understand the money, how to attract the money, how to pull in the money, the type of assets that you want, how to handle the tax structuring, the asset protection, the cash flow, the appreciation, the purchase strategy, negotiating on terms and conditions, leases and licensing rights, and so forth, right? So if you've done your homework beforehand, right, opportunities you'll actually find, you've actually trained yourself to find opportunities everywhere. And that's the thing, because if you don't know what you're looking for, how do you know when you find it? Okay, so understand your investment criteria. Make sure you've got some investment criteria, a system of how to invest. Don't just go buying anything that you see or anything that gets presented to you. Right? If you know what you're looking for, you tend to find what it is that you're looking for. Okay, does that make sense? So, I was buying properties that I could source or, get for 20% below market value because I realized, if I could buy them in bulk, and I went out to the market and said, I'm ready to buy in bulk, but I need this price point. So then I didn't have to put in any of my own money. I'd just borrow 80% from the bank, and I can continue to do this over and over and over and over again. Again, back then the lending conditions were a little bit differently. Serviceability wasn't such a key prominent criteria from a banking perspective. But the main point is that I had a system and I had criteria, and I wouldn't deviate on that criteria. My number one criteria was to be able to buy 20% below market value. Then I had obviously other criteria like location and type of asset and so forth. And when I got that information presented to me, there's one thing that I didn't do. I didn't talk myself out of the deal. I wouldn't say, let me speak to my wife, let me think about it, let me do some research. Because my question to you is, why haven't you already done the research? I come to you, you should be ready, okay? Do your research, speak to your wife, get agreement from your wife. Why haven't you thought about it already, right? Opportunities favor the prepared mind. If I'm coming to you to pitch you an opportunity, make sure that you've already prepared yourself for it, okay? Speak to your wife, do your research, think about it, handle your own objections, because yeah, you can say no. But how far are you gonna get by saying no in life, right? just do what I did. I knew what I wanted, and when it showed up, I took it. Right? There was no space between, you know, seeing the opportunity and taking advantage of it. Right? So it doesn't mean that I wasn't diligent. I'm extremely diligent, and the reality is I've done my homework. Okay? So again, yes, I'm diligent. I go through the numbers and I make sure that I'm getting what I've asked for. But the decision had already been made at a much, much higher level. I was a yes guy, okay, at a much, much higher level. All I was then looking to do is making sure that I ticked certain boxes, but I already made a decision, right? So have your own investment criteria. You need to know what an opportunity looks like. Now, here's the thing. Doubt will always be your greatest enemy, not just in real estate investing or making money, but in life in general, okay? It's worse, it's a greater enemy than any ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend or ex-wife that you could ever think of, okay? Doubt is not a position that you want to ever sit in, because you're always hanging on the fence. You're always sitting on the fence. You want to know just as fast as you want a yes. What you don't want is a maybe, right? Is a doubt, right? But learn to say yes to opportunities. Learn to say yes to making money and to all areas of your life. Because the reality is this, you know, the guy sitting in a Lamborghini at the set of lights when you pull up next to him, he said yes, okay? The guy with a smile on his face, he said yes. The guy at the Christmas party that you heard about that helped all these people, his family, his friends throughout the year, that guy said yes, okay? The guy with a hot girl or the girl with a hot guy, they said yes, right? Probably the girl said yes, and the guys probably still can't believe that he said yes, but that she said yes. But you need to train your mind to actually say yes, so as you're not going to pull in what you're after, okay? And this goes beyond just investing in real estate. So if you look at successful people, they have learned to say yes, so they get more of what they want. And the great thing about these guys, they're able to detect what they don't want. Okay, so when they see something they don't want, they're like, "No, this ain't for me." They give it no attention. They don't get distracted by it, right? But they know what yes looks like. They know what an opportunity looks like in the area of investing and making money. Okay, they don't just take anything that's presented to them. And this is what we see a lot out there. You know, I was with a client last night, and I said to him, like, "So you've accumulated a very interesting property portfolio here. Why did you secure, why did you source, and why did you purchase these types of properties?" They had no idea, okay? They had no idea. It's what they were told to do. They had no criteria for investing. They used no system. They were led to buy something which they weren't aware of how it fitted into a much, much bigger plan, okay? Because a system enables you to duplicate and do things faster and more efficient each time, okay? If you can plug into a system, or you can buy in bulk and you understand what it is that you're doing, it's another way of saying you know what not to do. A system creates mastery. A system creates, you know, it's duplication. And each time you plug into that system, you get faster, you get better, you get more efficient, and you then, if you've done it correctly, that system operates without you. Now, that's the way you should be looking at it if you're looking to invest and create wealth for yourself, okay? So you need to be a yes person. That's the bottom line. Because do you know anybody that's said no more times than yes that's doing well? I don't, okay? So you understand that at some point in time, no matter how fearful you are or how apprehensive you are, you're not going to be able to get to where you want to get to by saying no, okay? All the things you have around you right now, look around, right? Look around you while I'm talking to you. All the things you have around you right now are there because you said yes, okay? You went into a